Hello, this is Tim Campbell at Action Coach Business Coaching with my Survive and Thrive Business Spotlight series. The purpose is to interview local business owners and promote them through my social channels and email database, as well as provide them coaching. This is a free service I'm doing to support local businesses because if we save every business, we save the economy. Today, I have the pleasure of talking with Sonal. Welcome, Sonal. It's great to have you on the program today.
Hi, Tim. Oh my gosh, what an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, let's jump in. Tell us a little bit about yourself and give us a 60-second commercial for your business.
60 seconds is a lot to ask, but here's about me. Spent the first half of my career as an educator. I taught high school and college biology, so I'm a science person, and then transitioned when I moved from state to state, transitioned into different consulting space. And so this is actually the fourth reinvention of my career, Tim. 3 years ago, when we moved into my home, got laid off and decided I'm going to step into my passion about connecting with humans to teach them how to step out of their comfort zone. And that when life happens, how do you get back up, right? How do you do that? And I do that with and coaching through emotional intelligence, effective communication, teach people how to change that self-talk.
Fantastic. And how long have you been doing this?
This specific part in speaking and training, 4 years. It's my fourth year this year. And as a Tru You and coach and consultant and stylist, 20 years.
Fantastic. And who do you serve? Who's your best customer, or what we call a target audience?
So Tru You, my company, serves and supports individuals and other organizations, both profit and not-for-profit, all sizes, in teaching them how to be their best and truest self. And I do this by encouraging them to identify where they are, where they want to be, and to develop a plan on how to get there. But my other target audience has started coming to me in the last year and a half, and those are individuals. A lot of them have been women, really high performers out there, or people just really craving to figure out what their gifts and strengths are. And I've been able to coach them no matter what space they're in. They want to elevate their space in the job world, or they're trying to figure out what the transition is, or they don't even feel like people get their value. So that's kind of where I love to land right now. And that's been something new for me.
Fantastic. So tell me, what's been the greatest impact that COVID's had on your business?
So my first 3 years, this is my fourth year, I was mostly pro bono and gratefully, right? That's how you build your brand. We all know that. And I went into 17 gigs of paid, and then boom, COVID hit. And those went, shoo. And so I know it sounds weird, but losing my paid gigs has been the greatest impact, but in a good way, in a unique way. It allowed me to do what I do best again, pivot, right? I stepped into my high performance mode. That's what I do when I get stressed and anxious. And I designed and created something different. So now I'm designing and creating a virtual platform. I also designed and created decks of cards that allow people to celebrate the other people in their life, both personally and professionally. And I just published my second book 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations. Wow, you've been busy.
So COVID has really allowed me to go, you know what, again, I want to be a servant leader. And this has reminded me the power that we could all be and show up for each other when we just really focus on that.
I like you said, you used the word pivot. We use that a lot. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of businesses who sort of stuck their head in the sand, right, in March when COVID hit and said, hey, we're just going to wait a month until this all goes away. And unfortunately, it hasn't all gone away, right? And a lot of people have been hurt. Businesses have gone out of business because of the fact that they weren't willing to pivot or didn't know how to pivot. So I actually, like you, I've been offering free pivot strategy sessions to business owners to help them to figure out how to get through all this craziness.
Well, we're in the same lane and we didn't even know it.
Right?
that means synergy here. And very excited about that.
Absolutely. So here's an interesting question.
Sure.
It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes and wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what mistakes did you make along the way, and how can other entrepreneurs learn from your experience?
You know, that's an amazing question. Entrepreneurship sounds like, oh, just start a business. Hey, we can all do it. And that's not untrue. But what I did was like, I could do this, right? I had no roadmap. I don't have any business background, but I was like, I could do this. Why? Because I'm a high performer. Well, here was the illusion. I tried to do it all by myself. right? When you're an entrepreneur, it's easy to stay in your silo and your self-talk. When I start to earn, I will have this person help me with this and this person, right? And that leads you as the owner and as the founder and in the entire C-suite of your own organization. So now you're wearing all the hats. But that can also lead to disconnect from family and friends, from your own self-care, and from burnout, right? So I have learned, pace yourself. Build your tribe and your community. Filter, right? I signed up for every networking event, everything, every organization. Yes, please, yes, please, yes, please. And now I'm like, ugh. Actually served me. Which ones did I acquire business from? Which ones are in my lane? So filter who is in your life, who you connect with by understanding your vision and support and who supports you. Big key here for me is a lot of people are going to have unsolicited feedback, right? It's like when someone who doesn't have a kid gives you their feedback on how you should raise your kid, you're like, right? So be mindful of who you allow to penetrate your vibration of information and feedback, because we will absorb. I absorbed all that. I was like, oh, I need to do it this way. And I kept changing, not for what was mattered to me, but what everyone else was saying.
Yeah.
So my feedback is build that village, build it strong, support them, and they will support you. And I believe you will win that way. You know, my Tru You crew, if you see it on my website, are everyone along my journey, this journey has helped me in any tiny to big way. They get celebrated because it's really about them.
Yeah. I like what you said about making sure that you're getting a return on investment for the time that you spend, right? We have a phrase that we use, it's called test and measure, right? So if there isn't a way to measure the things that you're doing, then you shouldn't be doing them, because, right, how do you know if that hour in that networking group is actually a good use of your time if you don't have, you know, some type of measurement tool of I'm getting this many referrals or I've got this many clients?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if I may just quickly add, you know, I'm already, you know, a life coach who likes to think of everything half glass full, but we're all human and we all derail and we have moments, right? One thing I wanted to say is when you feel yourself derail, try to come from a space of, you know, an attitude of abundance and not an attitude of scarcity. Because when we come within our spirit from an attitude of scarcity, we're going out there and we're trying to sell and get stuff for our business, and it doesn't feel genuine, authentic. But when you come from a place of I'm here, I'm living my passion, I'm here to support you, and don't worry about the rest and let it fall into place, it's a beautiful thing how you can manifest that.
Yeah, we are more aligned than I would have even thought. Did you know that our vision is world abundance through business re-education?
I did not. And so
Yeah.
see, I can't wait, Tim, for us to really just connect and share and talk. This is brilliant. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to meet you.
Fantastic. Well, hey, here's the second last question. I'm going to get your contact information so that I can include it in this post.
Sure.
But is there anything special, like a special offer or a program that you've got going on right now that you'd like people to know about?
So one of the things I wanted to offer, and I do want to give a quick shout out, I just joined the board as an executive advisor for Athleta Foundation, and they are amazing, based out of Cali, and they're out there to also support and let women and women of color and athletes survive and just prosper. And I share that because one of the things that I want to make sure that I offer everyone is, if you mention this podcast, I want to give you 30 minutes of free consultation, right? I want to be able to chat with you, talk with you. You know, maybe it's not me. I love that there are a million of us out there doing this, because there's someone for everyone. And if I happen to be that someone for you, let's figure that out together. If not, I can always connect you to someone who is. So if you mention this, then I'd be happy to do that. I also have 2 decks of cards and a workbook. If you reach out to me, I can see what I can do. I haven't learned the technology part of it yet, but maybe we can figure out how to get you that at a 10% discount.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that offer. Last question here. What's been most inspiring to you in today's crazy environment?
That even in the toughest times, we are all showing up for each other. No matter what our political views have been, I have a village of people of all backgrounds and colors and countries and thinking patterns and political views. But the bottom line is we have the same values, and we're bonding and we're connecting and we're holding each other to win together. And to me, that has been good for the soul. And I have to just keep my TV turned off to remind myself how great that could be. So just remember, it's not about everything you see, it's what you bring to the table, because you can really manifest and create that.
Thank you for sharing that. That concludes our interview. I would like to invite anyone who's listening to this to take advantage of a complimentary coaching session with me. If anything that you heard during this conversation is something, as you're reflecting on your business and saying, hey, I really need to pivot, or I need to overcome this challenge, please reach out and we'll get you to take advantage of that. Also, please take advantage of the free 30 minutes that Sonal offered. If you're struggling with anything or just want to give a pick-me-up or a little boost, please take advantage of that. I'll include that link in this post when I post it. Sonal, it's been a pleasure talking with you today. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you so much, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I can't wait to continue our connection and journey.
Fantastic. Well, have yourself a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.